Scientists UK's nearest volcano inches closer to eruption. The Campi Flegrei volcano in southern Italy has weakened and is more prone to erupting, a new study suggests. Researchers at UCL and the Italian National Institute for Geophysics and Volcanology, INGV, used a model of volcanic rifting to interpret earthquake patterns and uplift, and concluded that parts of the volcano have been stretched to near breaking point. Our new study confirms that Campi Flegrei is getting closer to rifting, said lead author Professor Christopher Kilburn. The model of volcanic rifting is based on the physics of how rocks break directly at any volcano. We first used the model in 2017, and since then Campi Flegrei has behaved as we predicted, with an increase in small earthquakes indicating pressure from below. We now have to adapt our procedures to estimate the chances of new routes opening for magma or gas to reach the surface. The study is the first of its kind to predict the eruption of a dormant volcano and could improve predictions of future volcanic eruptions. Our results show that parts of the volcano are weakening, said Dr. Nicola Alessandro Pino from the Vesuvius Observatory. This means it could break apart even though the pressure pulling it apart is less than during the last crisis 40 years ago. Campi Flegrei is the closest active volcano to London, less than 2,000 kilometers by road. Unlike most volcanoes, which look like mountains, it is a depression 12 to 14 kilometers wide, and around 360,000 people now live on its summit. Solfatara Pozzuoli is one of 40 volcanoes that make up Campi Flegrei and is located about 3 kilometers from the town of Pozzuoli near Naples. It is an ancient, dormant volcanic crater. For the past 2,000 years, it has been the site of steaming sulfur dioxide, boiling mudflows and high ground temperatures. Continuous small earthquakes have also been recorded for the first time since the mid-1980s, but increased to 600 in April, the highest monthly total so far. Volcano, which last erupted in 1538, has been restive for more than 70 years, with 2-year bursts of activity in the 1950s, 1970s and 1980s, and a slower phase of activity during the last decade. Tens of thousands of small earthquakes have occurred during this period, and Pozzuoli has been lifted by almost 4 meters, 13 feet, about the height of a double-decker bus. Scientists believe the disturbances are caused by the movement of fluids about 3 kilometers below the surface. Some of the fluid may be molten rock or magma, and some may be natural volcanic gases. The latest phase of activity appears to be caused by magmatic gases seeping into cracks in the rock, filling the 3 kilometers thick crust like a sponge. Earthquakes occur when cracks shift as the Earth's crust stretches. The pattern of the 2020 earthquakes suggests that rocks are reacting inelastically, breaking rather than buckling. We cannot see what is happening underground. Instead, we have to interpret the clues that the volcano gives us, such as earthquakes and uplift, says Dr. Stefania Danesi of INGV Bologna. The team explains that the factors that lead to an eruption have been in place since the 1950s. A possible eruption can be preceded by relatively weak signals such as lower levels of uplift and fewer earthquakes. Something similar happened with the 1994 eruption of the Rabaul caldera in Papua New Guinea, which was preceded by small earthquakes that occurred at 1/10 the rate of the crisis a decade earlier.